Okay, let's look at exam 1A, problem number 9, right? Part A, right? We want to solve this equation involving exponential function for x, right? So you have the same power 4 and 4, so we have to make sure to match the powers, right? So this is going to imply, right? So we know that the 5x minus x squared is equal to -6. Then we can move all the terms to the right hand side by subtracting 5x and adding x squared, right? So it's going to be 0 on the left, but you will have x squared, right? So that's this guy right here, and minus 5x. Then you already had -6 minus -6 on the right. All right, then we can factor this out. So it's going to be, it looks like a negative sign. So it's going to be, let's see, x here. All right, so we have to come up with a number. When you multiply numbers, two numbers, multiply them out, you get -6. So it's going to be 2, and actually, it's going to be 1 and 6. 1 and 6. And since we have to get a -5, so 6 would have a negative sign and the 1 would have a positive sign, right? So therefore, right, so x equals -1 from here, right? X equals +6 from there, right? So we found those two values, right? Let's do part B. This one, it's hard to deal with the log function, so I'm gonna rewrite it in terms of exponential function, right? So this is equivalent to, right? So base is 1/2, so it's a 1/2 raised to the x is equal to 16, right? Right, but 1/2 can be written as 2 to the -1, and you have to raise it to the x, so it's -x. And the 16 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, so 2 to the 4th power of that. All right, you have the same power, and we have to match the power, our same base, so you have to match the power. So -x must be equal to 4. Then we can just multiply both sides by -1 to get x equals -4. All right, so we found the x value. All right, so let's look at the part C. All right, so we need to compare these two, but we can combine the left-hand side, so as a single log. So we're going to write it as a log to the base b of, right, addition becomes multiplication. So I'm going to go ahead and then multiply together. X times x gives you x squared, right? X times -4 gives you -4x, right? So this is equal to log to the base b of 21, right? Then since you have the log with the same base, so we have to make sure that what's inside should be the same. So you get 4x, x squared minus 4x is equal to 21, right? Then subtract 21 from both sides to get x squared minus 4x minus 21 equals 0, right? Then we can factor it out. So we have x, so it's going to be x, right? So it's probably 3 and 7, since we have to make 21, and 7 would have a negative sign and 3 would have a positive sign, right? So this will give us two x values, right? X equals -3 and 7, right? The problem is if you -3, if you plug in -3 into a log function, it's going to be undefined because log only takes a positive value. So this cannot be the solution. A 7 should be okay. So 7 is the only solution. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.